Lesson 3, Working with MS Access 2010. What is a database? Basically, a database is an electronic system that allows data to be easily accessed, manipulated, and updated. In other words, a database is used by an organization as a method of storing, managing, and retrieving information. In the simpler way, you can say a database is an organized collection of records. Telephone diary, a dictionary, or an address book where you keep records of your friends with their addresses, telephone numbers, emails, etc. are some common example of databases. Structure of a database. A database contains a specific structure to store data. Basically, the database structure is like a table. As you can see on the screen, a table is there explaining you about the different elements of a table. You can see, students, there are many columns and many rows in this table. Columns are known as fields. Fields represent a specific data. For example, the father's name representing the name of fathers of different students. It is giving information about the father's name only. Means what? A field gives us a specific information. The rows of the table are known as records. A record contains the values for all the fields that belong to a single person or an entity. For example, when we enter data of all the fields such as roll number, father's name, English, maths, Hindi, marks for a given student, it creates a new row in a table which is called a record. Data, a set of characters. A set of characters that represents a valid value is known as data. For example, Sandeep, 89, 70, 60, Dipti, all are the piece of data here. The other terminologies used in the database operations are queries, forms, and reports. Queries helps us to retrieve the filtered data based upon some conditions. For example, if you want to know how many students are there who have secured more than 80 in mathematics, so we can get the answer in the form of a database again by the help of queries. Forms. Forms are the user-friendly interface that facilitate the process of entering data in tables and queries. A form has an attractive interface that accepts data from the user and forwards it to the corresponding table or query. Reports. Reports are used to display the selected data in a printable format. In the next chapters, I will explain you about queries, forms, and reports. What is their concepts and how do they create it? How to work in Microsoft Access 2010. This topic includes creating a table, adding data to a table, editing data in a table, moving a table, deleting and inserting fields or columns in a table, etc. Microsoft Access is the most popular and powerful RDBMS. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. This application serves as an integral part of the Microsoft Office suite of applications. It is used to organize and manipulate data. Organizing means to create the tables and storing data into it, and manipulation means doing any kind of modification in the table. It could be modification into the field structure or the field data, or it could be modification into the rows. It provides the facility to create relationships between these tables by using common fields. Microsoft Access organizes data in the form of tables, and we can relate, we can join, link more than one tables together by using a common field known as primary key. Let us understand the various features of Microsoft Access. Easy data manipulation. This point says that a database application, that is Microsoft Access, enable us to create easy structures of tables, easy storing of data, and easy modification into the data. Data redundancy. Data redundancy is a condition created within a database or data storage technology in which the same piece of data is held in two separate places. Whenever data is repeated, this basically constitutes data redundancy. Microsoft Access gives us facility to overcome the problem of data redundancy by the use of primary keys. Data security. Data security means protecting the digital data, such as those in a database, from the destructive forces and from the unwanted actions of unauthorized users, such as cyber attack or a data breach. Forms. Access provides the facility to create forms so that the user can enter the required information in the respective fields. It also reduces data entry errors. Queries. Queries helps us to get information on a specific topic from the information stored in the database. Reports. Reports allows us to present the data in a meaningful and summarized manner. Components of Microsoft Access 2010. Students, let us understand the various components of a Microsoft Access window. Title bar. It is located at the top of the window and displays the name of the current database. Quick Access Toolbar. This toolbar is present at the left top side of the window. Normally it carries the buttons like Save, Undo, Redo, etc. Navigation pane. This pane is present on the left side of the Access window. It displays the name of the objects used in databases such as tables, queries, forms, reports. You have to just select the particular object tab and the respected object files will be displayed below it. You can double click on the object to open that file into this work area. Navigation buttons. Navigation buttons contains various buttons to navigate between the records. Next record, last record, previous record, first record, likewise that. Ribbon. It contains various tabs, each with several groups of relevant commands. As you can see, the home tab is opened here, showing various commands related to the file. Some tabs appear when you work with certain objects like forms. Such tabs are called contextual tabs. Likewise here, you are watching Home tab, Create tab, External data, Database tools. All these are predefined tabs. Some tabs are added later on when you work on the objects like forms and queries. Those added tabs are known as contextual tabs. Object tabs. These are the object tabs. The object tabs that you have opened in a database appear right above the work area in a tab form. Right above the work area. This is the work area. Above the work area, we'll get the object tab. Clicking on any tab displays the contents in the work area. When you will click on any particular tab, it will open the respected content into the work area. Data types. A data type determines the type of data a specific field can accept. Data types are used to declare the fields of a table. As you can see here in the diagram, students, in this design view, various fields are created by using some data types in the next column. There are various data types, for example, text, memo, number, date and time, currency, etc. Likewise, as you can see, the student name field is set for the text data type. Here, the text data type shows that the field student name will contain text type of data. In the same way, there are various types of data types used in Microsoft Access. The text data type is used to store text or a combination of text and numbers that does not require calculations, such as addresses, phone numbers, etc. This data type enables us to store a data which can be a maximum of 255 characters. Number. This is another data type which is used to store numeric informations. A number data type can store integer values as well as decimal values. For example, in the bus number field, we have to feed the bus numbers, that is actually a numerical value. So for this field, we can select the data type number. The memo data type is same as like the text data type. The difference is what? It is used to store large amount of textual data, that is up to 65,536 characters. The date and time type of data type is used to store values like date of birth, date of joining, date of leaving, etc. This data type occupies 8 bytes of space in the memory. Auto number is a data type used for generating a sequential number. The value in the auto number field cannot be changed. It stores data as 4-byte value typically used in the primary keys. Means the values which are generated sequentially automatically by auto number data type stores 4 byte of space in the memory. Yes, no. This data type is used in the situation where the fields can have only one possible value, that is either yes, no, true, false, on, off, likewise that. Object linking and embedding. OLE. It is used to embed an object created in another application, such as Microsoft Word document, Excel spreadsheet or PowerPoint presentation, etc. In this data type, you can store a data up to 2 GB. Hyperlink. This data type enables us to store the hyperlinks addresses of web pages, websites, etc. It can store up to 1 GB of data. Lookup wizard. This data type helps us to create a field whose values are taken from any other field of any another table. Attachment. This is same like OLE. This data type also allows you to attach images, spreadsheet files, documents, charts and other types of supported files to the records in your database. The difference is that the OLE data type stores the information in the form of images. Calculated. This data type is used when a user creates table fields that calculate values. The calculations can include values from fields in the same table as well as from built-in access functions. Suppose students, if you are creating a table where you are feeding marks of different subjects and in the same table you want to total them, so for that field you should select the data type as calculated. Rich text. The text or combination of text and numbers that can be formatted using color and font controls are represented by rich text data type. So this was all about the data types. So during designing of the fields, you must think on that what type of data this field will contain. Select the appropriate data type from the list. Views of a table. Students, while working with the tables, you will get two different types of screens to work, or you can say two different screen views where you will work. That is, one is design view and another is data sheet view. Design view is a view where you can enter the field names, their data types and description. As you can see in the diagram, this is a design view where we design the structure of the table. The structure of the table involves the various fields like roll, student name, address, phone, class, house, bus number, etc. The data types of the respected fields. Data types means the type of data which is going to be entered into that particular field. All these settings we do in design view. Design view enable us to design the structure of the table. The data sheet view is used to enter data in the table. When you double click the table name in the navigation pane, it opens the table in data sheet view. As you can see, the same field names which we have decided into the design view are appeared here. These cell-like structures is the area where we will enter the data. Just double click onto the cell and the cursor will appear where you can enter the data. You can use the arrow keys to switch between various cells. The design view is further divided into two parts. One is known as field grid pane. This is field grid pane where the field names are given. And second is the field properties pane. Here the various properties related to the specific data type are displayed. We can do settings for the respected property from this pane. So the design view is that view where we design the structure of the table, and datasheet view is that view where we enter the data into the table. How to work in Microsoft Access 2010. This topic includes creating a table, adding data to a table, editing data in a table, moving a table, deleting and inserting fields or columns in a table, etc. Let us understand, students, how to create a table in Microsoft Access. So first of all, it is in my taskbar. If you don't have this icon in your taskbar, you can refer to all programs. From there you will get Microsoft Access in the list of applications. Click on that. Now this is the first screen of Microsoft Office Access 2010. To create a table, select blank database, give a name for your database here. Suppose I am giving students info, and then click on create button. After then you will get this type of interface. I have already explained you about the different components of Microsoft Office Access window. These are toolbars, title bars, navigation pane. This is datasheet window. This is view button. Okay, so let's create a table by clicking on design view. First we have to design the structure of the table, then we can enter data into it. It is asking name for the table. Name students table. Okay. Now we have to provide all the fields one by one according with their data types and descriptions if required. So the first field of the table is roll number. It should be of type auto number. Automatically it will increase one by one. Next field is first name. Text type. Next is class. Class could be of number type or text type also. We are not going to do any calculation with the class number, so that number could be a text. So let us keep it like text. Marks, it should be of number type. Let me give its default value as 0. Father's name. Text. Address. Address could be a long text value, so let us keep it for memo. Date of birth. The data type should be date or time. Now table structure is ready. We can see it by switching to the data sheet view. First it will ask to save the structure of the table. Okay, yes. Now students, you are watching all the fields which I have designed in the design view for the table are displaying here. Roll number we have set for auto number, so no need to type anything into it. For adding data into the table, just click into the cells. You can see fields, rows are intersecting each other, so they form a cell. In this cell we have to type the values, data values for the table columns. So first name, suppose A class 8, marks, total marks it should be something like, so 450. Father's name Mr. Akash. Address Padri Bazaar. Date of birth, this column we have set as date or time data type, so you can feed date type of value here. Either you type it manually or click onto this calendar to select the date value. From here you can switch between the months. Better you type the values here in the format of MMDDYY. MM stands for month, DD for day, and YY for year. So month, it should not be greater than 12, so 10, and a date value should not be greater than 30, so 23, and suppose 1995. Press tab. You are now on next record, and you can see in the roll number column we did not feed any value, but then also there one is there, and no need to type anything here. Just press the tab and types another record. It will automatically, you can see automatically the number is increased. That is because of the auto number data type. So next record is B. It also belongs to class 8. Total marks 490. Mr. Suresh. Aswan Chalk. Any date 12/10/19. So in this way students, you can enter records into the table. Now if you want to do any changes into the table structure, for suppose here first name is there, but one more column is required, last name. So means what? One field is required here in between. So how to do that? How to add a field into the table? And one situation is also there that a column is there which is not necessary in the table structure. You want to remove it, means you want to delete any particular field. Suppose the marks field, you want to remove it because it's no mean use here. So how to do that? How to do addition and deletion of fields? Let me tell you. It's very easy. You can just go to the table structure in the design view. Wherever you want to add a field, just put your pointer there onto that particular field tab, and then right click and click on insert rows. You can see a row is inserted just above the cell I selected, or you can see a row is just inserted at the place where I selected the field tab. Type the new field name, that is last name I wanted. It should be also of text type. Yes, okay. Now switch the view. It will ask you to save the structure again. Yes. Now you can see a field with the name last name is added into the table. Let us, students, delete this field marks from this table. There are two ways. Just right click onto the table field's header name and select the option delete column. It will ask you about that whether you permanently want to delete the field and all its data. Click yes if you want, click no if you don't want. One more way you can delete this field by going to the design view. Just go to the switch to the design view, right click onto the field header and select the option delete rows. The same question will be again prompted to you whether you permanently delete the selected fields and all its data. Click on yes to delete the field. You can see the field is deleted. Let us switch again to the datasheet view. Save the table structure. You can see in the datasheet view there is no field with the name marks. All the data along with the field itself is gone. Students, you can also change the order of the fields into the table. Suppose that you want the father's name field before the class field, means just after the last name field. So you can do this very easily just by click and select the field and drag the mouse. You can see a dark line is appearing between the field names. So this dark line is the indication wherever you leave the mouse, there it will set the field. Now you can see the father's name is before the class field now. In the same way, if you want to shift any of the fields, suppose date of birth before father's name, so first select the field and drag it to the location where you want and release the mouse. In this way you can drag the fields from one place to another and change their orders. Now students, let us understand sorting data within a table. Sorting means to arrange records according ascending or descending order. To do this, the steps are just right click onto the field which you want to sort. You'll get a pop-up menu. In that menu, the first two options are related to the sorting process. Sort A to Z specifies that the sorting will be done in ascending order. Sort Z to A specifies that the sorting will be done in descending order. Let us choose the first option, sort A to Z. Now you can see the class values are sorted in ascending order. In the same way, if you want to see the first name data into ascending or descending order, you can do that also just by right clicking onto the field header and select either of the option, sort A to Z or sort Z to A. Now you can see the records which are unsorted here. After clicking on this button, now they are in an order. So in this way students, you can perform sorting in ascending or descending order under a table. After performing all the work, you can close the database by clicking on the Office button and choosing the command close database. It will ask you about to save the changes or not. Click on yes button to to save the database and close it. To open any existing database, you can select the open command, again same in the office button. It will display a dialog box for you where you will select the file name, the database file name, and the location where it is present. After then, click on open button to open that particular database. So students, in this way you can work in a table by using Microsoft Office Access. Now I hope you have understood all the operations related to the table, that is the creation of the table, editing in the table, addition and deletion of fields, moving the fields, sorting the fields, etc. Thank you students.